Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of Premier League Pandemonium. What a show as well. And also, just in time for the next guest to show up. Yes, Slav, what are you telling me, bruv? Coming in later than an Eric Dyer challenge in the box. What's up?
Massive coming in later than a Eric Dyer challenge. Yo, that joke is not good. I'm gonna reuse that. Yo,
the timing was perfect, bro. But yes, Slav, speak to me, man. How's the last 24 hours been? Even though your name's basically saying that.
Oh Jesus, that's funny. Oh my God.
Oh, it's peak, bruv. Hey, there was a reason why we're running late. Babs, to be honest, he said he was going to be here at 6:30 anyway, so we'll see him soon and we'll talk about Wolves and even cry about VAR back then. But
oh my God,
bro, it's been an all right week. I can't lie.
Oh my God.
Another clean sheet.
So we're here to talk about the NBA this week.
You hate football, is it, or is it Jose?
Talk to me, Flawless. What do you think of the Toronto Raptors?
I didn't see it. I was too busy seeing my team actually look like they were playing basketball, scoring 9. But we'll get to that anyway. And we've got time. We'll get to that. I'm saying we'll get to that.
Flawless chat to me as well, bro.
Flawless cheered me up last night by asking me to come on his live later. So
yeah, man. That's what. That's me in it. As much as we banter, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? Therapy settings and that. I'm like a psychiatrist. I'm here for you. I'll laugh and banter, but I will help you out. But yeah, my man's blessed. I was gonna say before Slav jumped in, that rhythm that you've got at the start is wavy. I was bopping my head to it.
I love it, man. Who was it? It was Jay on our channel. He made it for the watch-alongs, and I've just nicked it for my channel's content. It is a vibe, man.
Yeah.
Gets everyone in the right mood for the watch-alongs for everything, man. I enjoy it. But yeah, Slav, let's just go straight into it. Let's just talk about the game. Spurs 0, Chelsea 1. Now, there's two ways to look at it. For us, another 3 points. First win against the top 6 side. We can finally get that bogey off our back. And it was a solid, structured performance from us. And that's the one thing that I enjoyed as well. Our shape was excellent in the midfield. I thought we were going to be worried. I thought we were going to struggle with your midfield because of the physicality that you had there. You had Højbjerg, Sissoko, and Ndombele in the midfield 3. And I thought Jorginho and Kovacic might struggle, but these men just played the ball around them. To be honest, I'll give Ndombele his flowers. In some phases, he was good. In some phases, though, he was getting absolutely done, though. I remember Jorginho turning in disgustingly in the first few minutes of the game. Him and Mason Mount were having their own battle throughout the match. Both of them were getting megs on each other. It was a nice midfield battle between the pair of them. But one penalty is all that decided it. Another defensive mistake.
Exactly. We were dreadful. That was okay. Let me give my thoughts.
The floor is yours.
That was the worst performance I've seen, worst Tottenham performance I've seen in God knows how many years, arguably ever, right? And yet you beat us 1-0 from the penalty spot, right? How many chances did you have other than that? Honestly,
I haven't even checked the stats. I might. Let me get.
No. Not how many shots did you have? How many chances did you have?
We had a good couple. There was Kovacic. He had a decent
Lloris
chance.
had one.
Mount and Werner had 2 as well.
Mason Mount, that shot on his left foot, where Lloris gets down well. That was the only time I can remember him making a save. Even Mourinho came out and was like,
I'm seeing the stats though. 16 shots, 2 on target.
Exactly. How many chances did you have?
16.
I tweeted last night. The worst bit about last night is that if we actually tried, you were there for the taking. I thought you were dreadful. I thought
dreadful.
I still stand by
say dreadful.
I still stand by what I say about Tuchel. Not good enough. Still stand by Parsi.
You're still on this with Tuchel.
Mate, you beat us 1-0. The worst Tottenham side in how many years? 1-0 without Kane, and you beat us 1-0.
The only thing I'm gonna say is we were poor in the final third, which at the moment is just typical Chelsea. We're so good defensively, we're so good in the midfield, but in the final third, we're just still struggling.
I actually think if we had Harry Kane. If we had Harry Kane, then I think you would have been in trouble.
Well, yeah, because your attack looked absolutely pathetic about him. Yeah, the attack looked terrible.
Exactly. And people, all these comments saying I have no football knowledge. There's a reason why I'm sitting here talking about it, and you're on the comments. Like, that is facts. It does my head in.
I love game with smoke today. I love it. Bring the phone closer to you, though. Audio's coming in.
We aren't a good side. I know that.
Slav is not having it. Yo, man said for the comments.
We're terrible. We're rubbish, mate.
There's a reason why I'm here and you're in the comments.
Mate, I'm done with all of this.
I'm not surprised though. 3 back-to-back losses, like it's really peak times for you. Like, how far are Arsenal to you guys? Because that's usually how I gauge how bad the season is. How far are you guys from Arsenal? 1 second.
No, but you're ahead of us.
You're 2 points behind.
You're ahead of us by 2 points.
Yeah, but you've got a game in hand on us, so I'm not even thinking too much.
Shit, yo.
Nah,
but tell me though, because I want to know your thoughts on Jose Mourinho. If we're going to talk about Tuchel, let's talk about Jose.
Can I just say, surely you don't actually think that Tommy Tuchel is going to take you to where you want to be?
Oh my God.
Come on.
Do you actually believe that?
Let's not do this Tuchel agenda, man. Come on. This is the perfect time for you to come and say, okay, you know what, I might have been wrong about Tuchel.
I will get to say, no. Just like Flawless is going to say, I told you so about Mourinho, I'm going to say, I told you so about Tuchel.
Okay, so what are you telling us now about Tuchel?
Mate, you beat the worst Tottenham side in my lifetime 1-0 from the penalty spot.
Oh my God.
How's this? This isn't the worst Tottenham side in your lifetime.
Yeah,
if it's the worst Tottenham side in your lifetime, the tactics are the reason behind it. 4 months ago, this Tottenham side was
whatever.
They were going to win the league.
Maybe, but we're not anymore.
But this is the thing. It's a good Spurs side.
To be honest, you probably did deserve to beat us. I'm not denying the fact that I'm not sitting here saying we should have won the game. I'm saying we could have won the game.
But you said you didn't rate our performance.
No, I didn't. I thought you would. I thought you were so. If you played a side that actually attacked, when you do play a side that attacks, you'll get done.
See that's a slightly interesting point, because he is onto something on the fact that we've only faced defensive sides. Now, I'm already interested about the Southampton game, but same way with the amount of injuries Southampton have, and if they can smoke them 9-0, I mean, anything can happen. But to say Tuchel,
hey, less of that. We slapped enough teams.
What?
I said less of that about if United can slap him. We've slapped enough teams in that we beat Leipzig by 5. Yes, we went out of the Champions League. We beat Leeds by 6.
If Chelsea were playing United tomorrow, United would win 100%.
No, because we play different tactics. We wouldn't play 3 at the back.
There was a time in that first half. There was a time in that first half where we were kind of counter-attacking, if you can call it that. And it was you had 2 defenders back. And I'm thinking, what on earth? If we had like an actual game plan, we could probably go and get him behind. It was when Thiago Silva saved you when he went off injured. And with that unbelievable clearance, mate, it was him and who was it? Him and Rudiger, the only 2 players defending. I'm like, where on earth are the rest of the defenders? There was no shape. Like, well, maybe there was a shape, but there was no.
But that sounds like you caught us on the counter once.
That's what I'm saying, though. But if we actually tried and had a game plan, 100% we could have got at you. But we didn't.
So the problem was there was no game plan. So the problem was there was no game plan then.
Oh, look, actually, Slav is right. There you go. You were open. You were there for the taking.
We were not open.
You really were. I'm not the only Spurs fan that thinks that.
1 or 2 big chances that you had. One of them came off Marcus
at the end as well. No, that Vinicius header at the end that goes in. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing: we're doing ifs and buts. If I could do ifs and buts, we'd be top of the league.
It's not like you battered us and had chance after chance and missed a bunch of.
No one's saying we battered you. We dominated you. No one battered you.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen anyway because you play passy. Yeah, because you play passy. When every team batters us this season.
Doesn't Jose football like
every team out Burnley outpossessed us this season.
Yes, but
It's
I
not
swear
difficult to
Jose
out-possess
teams
this Tottenham team.
Jose teams don't like having the ball. They like having it minimal chances and then being able to counter-attack.
Exactly. So I expected you to have it.
No, but in that case, you're never gonna have most of possession anyway. But even when you had the ball, your possession play was terrible. Your transitioning was terrible.
But it's been terrible all season. I've said for a while. I think I've said it in streams with you guys that we have an incapability to keep the ball. It's like we treat it like a hot potato. It's really worrying. We're the only team the only team in the league that can't make more than 5 passes.
Okay,
I don't know.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Like we are a poor side at the moment. That's just there's no two ways about it. And also the if we lose on Sunday to West Brom, he's gone.
You really think it's like that?
Really? Before the cup final?
Is there something wrong? Hang on, am I buffering or is my?
You're lagging a bit, but I don't know if it's your connection or if you're just too far from the phone.
It might be. Yes, Savas said we only passed it sideways. Yeah, you did only pass it sideways, hence the 2 shots on target.
I thought there was a lot.
If we lose on Sunday, he's gone. If we lose on Sunday, he's gone. I'm telling you that.
50 million contract and everything. You think he's gone?
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's not my opinion. It's a known thing. It's sort of like it's
in the know.
And there's it's an in the know. It's the same source I had for Bale when we were signing Bale.
Ross, the man's saying Jose might be gone with his next loss.
He's got this week to save the job.
Even with him getting you to a cup final and everything.
Mate, we're in the energy drink cup final. It's not like the Champions League.
Yeah, but that's your first trophy in 12 years.
You're gonna let him get to the final, surely. Surely.
No way.
No.
Surely.
Not when you lose 4 in a row. Not when you lose 4 in a row.
Who's your next game?
Not when you lose 4 in a row.
West Brom.
Where is it at? Spurs or West Brom? West Brom are in free for all those still.
I think it's at White Hart Lane.
Us.
Yes, there's no way they're gonna drop that. I could see a draw at the very least, but that's just it.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's cool. Just jump back in.
No stress, man.
Yeah, with that in mind, flawless. Chat to me.
Are you good, Slav? What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, flawless. You go ahead.
Oh, is it? All right, cool. Yeah, what are we talking about? Sorry, I'm still laughing at the first comment from Lewis. I've been dying at these comments.
Yeah, everyone's going wild today. But hey, Chelsea fans can finally be confident for the first time in weeks, and everyone's coming out strong. I like this energy. This is the energy I've missed. It feels like November, but we've actually beaten a big team, which is the big difference.
There you go. You got to
Chelsea, talk to me about the first week under Thomas Tuchel, because we've spoken a lot about Spurs. Talk to me about the victors.
What? Slav frozen. Yeah, is he gone? Yeah, I said this because, like I said, I watched you lot play Fulham, which was Lampard's last Premier League game, and then obviously I was on the watch along with you when you played Wolves. And even though you drew, you could see the difference that Tuchel had made. You can see what he's trying to do. Chelsea already looked better, even though he didn't win that game. And it's going to be interesting to see how Tuchel does once he gets his own players in and he gets his ideas across. It depends. We don't know who he likes, who he doesn't like. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But I've said this, Chelsea have a great squad. They have a very good squad.
Needs a good manager.
Yes, I said that from the start. The only other team that concerns me, obviously, as a United fan outside of Liverpool and Manchester City, was Chelsea. Because to me, I looked at your side. Your transfer window was great. You got everything you needed. And you already had quality in your side already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at your defense. You brought in Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta's still there, Reece James, etc. Your midfield options are good in Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho. You brought in Havertz. You got Mason Mount there. You've got 3 good wingers in Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, and Ziyech. And you got striking options. Yeah, I banter Timo Werner, but he's still a good striker. It's just not going for him. Giroud, we all know about Giroud. And Tammy's there. So, yeah, under Tuchel, Hughes could be a threat. And to be honest, I think you lot will. I think the top 4 will be I think the top 4 will be the same as last year.
Yeah, when I talk about Tuchel, Lewis, I don't think like he's going to send you down. I think your aim as Chelsea Football Club is to win the league, right? So I don't think he'll win. I don't think he's good enough to win you the league.
Highest win percentage in Dortmund and PSG history.
Oh yeah. Don't give me the Dortmund's impressive, but don't give me PSG. I could get a higher win percentage. Give me Mbappe and an away game to Lorient. I reckon I'd get a result.
I will say
this control all the league guy in the
just lose to Lorient away.
Proper crying.
Just want to add that point.
Anyway, just on what we were saying before, yeah, if he loses on Sunday, he's gone.
Yeah, you reckon it's that bad?
It's this. I've been told he's got this week to save his job.
Oh, you've been told. Do you believe that?
Word for it.
Well, yeah, because it's the same guy. It's the same guy it's the same source from Bale.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me ask you then this. Do you want him sacked right now? Do you want him gone?
That's when you messaged me and you were like that.
Yeah.
We
can't get rid of serial winner Jose Mourinho. He's gonna win the big one. It's coming.
Lewis is a prick, yo.
I'm sitting here like on the fence. Like, I'm proper on the fence because yeah.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
Lewis is a proper prick, yo.
But yeah, Jose, I genuinely think it's more the players than the manager.
That's the thing. It's the same squad, more or less. Like if I go back to when we lost 3-0 under Poch at Brighton.
Did he not sign like 7 man? No, did he not sign 7 man?
Yeah, but they weren't his. Only Højbjerg and
because obviously I seen you and Eleanor going at it on this channel. That was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the comments, when you and Eleanor was going back and forth, and there were a
couple of signings that weren't his. He didn't want them. But no, he didn't want Bale. Levy wanted Bale.
Mazzo. So why Mourinho out here serial winner?
Hang on, wait. Mourinho wanted a centre back, but we spent that money on Bale.
Mazzo. So serial winner Jose Mourinho's out here being dictated to by Daniel Levy and Spurs. That's sad, man.
I wouldn't have that.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't have that in it. You know what I mean? I would not have that.
But then you said to me on my Jose album, you're saying it's the players. Yeah, it's the players, but look at the football, man.
I can't get over it.
I can't lie. This is the football Jose plays when he doesn't rate his squad. I've said plenty of times he can play free-flowing football if he trusts your team. You don't trust your team.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay, let me
explain.
Let me explain one thing.
Mourinho being dictated to by Daniel Levy.
That's a madness.
That's a madness.
Let me explain a couple of things. I've been watching Tottenham for 20 years. Right, I've been watching Tottenham for 20 years, and we're very used to not winning. It's what we do. Like, I don't support a club that has a rich history like Man United and Liverpool and whatever. Right, but no, Lewis, you don't have a history. I'm talking history.
Hey, where's your European Cup, bro?
You were formed in 2000 or whatever it was.
Yeah, we still had more European trophies.
I don't remember how I saved the bridge.
Yeah, we saved the bridge, and now it's the only place in London where you can find the Champions League trophy.
Oh, he's got a point. He's got a point.
So it's what we do. We don't win. I'm used to that. But I have never watched the Spurs side before, forced to play and forced to set up like we're Shrewsbury Town going to Old Trafford. It's unbearable, right? At least when we had. Like, I'm used to even Harry Redknapp. We nearly won the league, but we played great football. We were great to watch. I don't want to have to watch Tottenham as a chore. It's supposed to be something that I look forward to doing. Do you know what I mean? So that's sort of
what's up, my guys?
That's sort of why. Yes. And he's on big money as well. So that's why you have to then say you're being paid all of this money, and that's the best you can come up with.
But that's going to be the payout money if you sack him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my money at the end of the day. Like, I don't really care about the money.
I know, but same way. Like,
it's not coming out of my paycheck.
So, Slav, you don't want him gone at this minute in time, and that. Shah Yancy, she a prick. Shah Yancy, scale like Egypt, you know. Scale like Egypt.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know. Yo, they've broken you, man. This is what Mourinho does to you. He did it to me. I was there, man. Mourinho's done this to me. I told all Spurs fans about this guy. The honeymoon period is absolutely fantastic. And when it ends, it ends. You might win a trophy out of it, though. You never know, but according to you, he might not make it. So you Mourinho out now, or what, Slav? What are you telling us?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Listen, mate, I can't say I'm surprised.
How are you, bro?
Hey, perfect
good,
time
man.
to jump in as well. Welcome, Babs.
That's a nice little mic drop, man.
Man
I'll
said,
tell you, no, Babs, I was just saying, just before, because you weren't here. If Mourinho loses to West Brom on Sunday, he's gone. Fact. That's coming
But
from
this is what it is, right? I told Slav last.
Babs, it's like coming from the Tottenham version of the AFC Bell.
Listen, mate. All I'm gonna say, Tottenham, if you're watching this, give him time. Let him stay there, man. He's the perfect manager. You don't win league titles if you're not world class. He's world class manager. Keep him there.
The favourites for the job.
Trust the process with him. Trust me, man. He's the guy.
The favourites for the job is Nagelsmann and Marco Rose.
Nagelsmann was not coming to Tottenham. Never in a million years.
bro, we couldn't get Nagelsmann, and you think you guys are getting him?
RB Leipzig, right? RB Leipzig might have been founded in 2007.
I want Marco Rose.
Nah, listen. I think what Tottenham are going to get is Scott Parker. You're going to get super Scott Parker, mate. Ex-player.
Scott Parker's won a trophy.
So is Arteta. What you could get is Sol Campbell. He's all yours. He's available. He's there. He's a winner.
You're so defensive, Babs. I didn't mention Arteta. I just said Scott Parker's won a trophy.
Yeah. So what's the achievement there? So is Arteta.
I'm just saying. I want Marco Rose, who's the Mönchengladbach manager.
You want Pochettino, mate. That's what you want.
that. I'm well over that now.
You sacked your greatest manager in recent history.
No, he had to go.
Champions League final.
I stand by
Champions League final. So would you say he's your greatest? Okay, would you say he's your greatest manager in recent periods?
In what?
In recent times, in the last 20 years.
How? In the last 20 years? Yeah.
How many trophies did he win?
No, but this was what we were talking about. If he's just coming on
answer
here,
the question.
Answer
the question.
He might be leading to a big point. Let's go with it.
All right, none.
So your greatest manager at 20 years or nothing. That's your levels at. So you should be happy with Mourinho. That's my point. You should be happy with it. He's about to win you a Carabao Cup. Listen, mate, that's more than nothing.
We haven't won it yet, Babs. I don't think
there's one manager that will get you through a 90-minute cup final. It's Jose Mourinho.
I've said this.
So my point being, right?
I want to enjoy what
Spurs won't sack Mourinho.
To enjoy it.
We told you this. We told you this. You sacrificed. You sold your soul to your devil.
If you give him a team that he's confident with, you will play good football. He does not rate your team.
No, I don't rate
Lewis, come off. Stop making excuses for Mourinho, man. Let's say how it is, bro. He wanted all this time at Man United. He wanted Dele Alli. He got Dele Alli, and he's gone now. Or he should be gone, but he's obviously still here. But he's basically ruined Dele Alli. He basically has.
He's coming back into the team apparently now.
He's got Heung-min Son, who Son with Kane looks world class. Son without Kane looks like a Tottenham player. So basically shit. And so ultimately, look, Mourinho is a manager.
This is what happened when you beat 5 crap teams in a row and you beat again, and then you lose.
But I'm not talking. Look, this is me, not as an Arsenal fan. This is a football fan. I know you sold your soul to the devil for a reason. Mourinho was never going to play good football. He never has played good football. Well, maybe for a period at Real Madrid, but that's it. He had Ronaldo, he had Özil, we had players to do that. At Tottenham,
we had like
Højbjerg. He has Højbjerg, who's good, but he's he's all right. And then you've got a ball like Ndombele, but with the wrong manager. Mourinho does. I know he plays him, but let's not forget Mourinho wanted to swap Ndombele for Skriniar in the summer. So it goes to show.
Our defense now probably wouldn't have been a bad idea.
So you would have swapped. Hang on. You would have swapped Ndombele for Skriniar.
Obviously not. Like,
exactly. That's the whole point being is very simple.
Obviously joking.
Listen, man. Listen. As an Arsenal fan, I can say I know how it feels to have a Chelsea agent at your club. We've got one right now, Willian.
You got 4, mate.
So
respect the guy.
Who's the 4?
Oh no, you got rid of a couple. You've still got David Luiz, mate. He's still.
Listen, I think Luiz gets brandished in the wrong way. I think he's actually very good for Arsenal. For what we paid for him, look, we paid £6 million for David Luiz. He's been alright for that. £6 million. For Willian, free. I still feel robbed. That's the difference. But I think Luiz gets harshly robbed. But look, Flat, as I said, Slav, right, you would not mind Jose when he wins you the Carabao Cup. You're going to be having parades. You're going to be out and about. You're going to be saying Jose's the manager. But as I said, as Lewis said, as Flawless said, we all told you before. this is gonna happen. And as the chant goes, it's happened again. It's happened again.
What happened?
Jose Mourinho. It's happened again.
I'll be real. I do genuinely think you should keep Jose. Like, not even bantering. I do think he's going to take
He's
you.
bantering.
No, bantering. He goes, I don't think you should get Jose, but I should keep Jose.
Bro, the guy is a serial winner. And you need a
Lewis, I can see your eyes, bro. You're chatting poo, bro.
I'm not even lying, man. You give him a team that he can be confident with, he'll do something with that.
Okay, can I say something right now, right, with Mourinho?
How much is that going to cost them to get that? Mourinho, we know once he gets his players in, yes, he might trust them. But how much is that going to cost? If you're saying they brought in 7 players and according to Slav, he only wanted 1 out of the 7 of them. So you're basically going to have to go and buy a whole new 11. Spurs ain't going to do that.
That's on Tottenham.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but they ain't going to do that, though. We know that.
Like, we did the same thing with Lampard, and that's on the club. I don't complain about the signings. The club went for the signings. It's not the manager's choice.
I actually think Spurs' squad ain't that bad, but go on.
It's not bad.
I think our squad's terrible.
Yo, look at this. This is lies. This is blatant lies in front of my face. This is lies. Look, I'll tell you why, right? When Spurs were up there fighting, when they were fighting for the title, I can't say it. When they were, I'm not going to say it. But when they were there, right? Everyone is saying Spurs are great. They've got 2 world-class players. They've got Højbjerg. They've got a Domblé. They've got a great goalkeeper. They've got a great back and right back, right? So what I said back then, and look, you can go back and see the videos. I said Spurs' squad is a good squad. It's just overperforming. It's not a title-winning team. It's a top 4, top 5 team. People laughed at me at the time. But I said it how it was because I think your squad in general, take out Kane or just take out someone for a game, it's average, right? But it's not as bad as you're making out. Oh, yeah, everyone's worse. Like, your squad is still... Player for player, Hugo Lloris is a legend for Spurs and he's been a good goalkeeper for a very long time. Right back Aurier is, I think, definitely top 4 level. He's a good right back, man. But obviously Mourinho gets kind of, you signed Doherty for what, 15-20 million pounds, whatever that was.
I hear what you're saying, but can I just explain? Let me just list some of the players that I don't think are good enough.
Okay.
Ben Davis, Matt Doherty, Toby Alderweireld's finished. Eric Dyer's not good enough. Let me finish.
Eric Dyer is good enough. Eric Dyer is a contract extension.
Let me finish.
He's an international, mate.
Let me finish. Sissoko, Lamelo's been there for 8 years. Lucas Moura, not good enough. The backup striker is not realistically, he's not good enough. Davinson Sanchez.
Lamelo was decent yesterday.
He was decent yesterday.
He has 1 good game every 3 years. Davinson Sanchez isn't good enough.
What about a certain golfer you got as well?
He's just not what he is he? So
I've just heard a lot of defenders, a few mids, and one.
Bro, every team has it. I can tell you right now, if I ask Flores at Man United, they go, yeah, we got average players. And same with Lewis at Chelsea, same with Arsenal. Every team has players they don't like.
That played, right? I still think
ultimately, right now, your team is not that bad to go 3 games. Or was it 3 losses in a row at home or something?
No. I also agree with that. No, Babs, this is what I say that's good about. This is what, when you were going through that terrible run, this is what I said about Arteta that I think that I like about Arteta. I said I think Arteta is a good coach. I think he's good at getting the best out of his players. I think if you give him a shit squad, he will get the best out of his players. He's good man manager, which is where we are struggling. Our players are not coached. It's quite simple.
Yeah, wow. I watched Jermaine Genius last night on BT Sports, and he was just. It was beautiful. His tears in his eyes.
Apparently he was foaming again. What was he saying?
He was saying, look, what? Okay, let me get this straight. What's this? Well, I think it's a myth personally, but that's just me as an Arsenal fan saying it probably. What's this myth that Tottenham played good football? They played good football in the Pochettino, but before that, Harry Redknapp. Before that, who's it? Spanish Donny.
We played good football one. We played good football.
One day Ramos. Villas Boas, Tim Sherwood, good football.
No.
Your club employed Tim Sherwood as a manager. You're talking about good football.
No, he was an interim manager. He was there for 6 months.
Fair enough.
Harry Redknapp, we played good football. We had Van der Vaart, Bale, Lennon, Modric.
He did. That was a good team.
Scott Parker, Prime Adebayor. We had him on when he was on loan before.
That was like his prime years. Sorry,
it was when he was playing for his contract. We had Adebayor. We were a good side. We got to the Champions League quarterfinals. We didn't win. We didn't finish in the top 4 because of it was when Chelsea won the thing. It was when Redknapp was linked with the England job, and it all sort of fell apart. I remember we lost 3-2 at Man City because of some horrendous refereeing decisions.
Someone won the Champions League too.
Yeah, like that redknapp.
That
era
never
was a
happened to
good
this, man. We forgot about 2012, man.
Man.
Ever watched that movie 2012 with like the world collapses and then just
Flawless.
gets hit with
I'll
tsunamis?
get
That's what
more detail about it.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Yeah, I'm a broken man.
Come
I
on,
really
man.
am.
We ain't forgetting 2012.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Also, I
man.
do want to say, I only saw one Danish wall yesterday. It was not Højbjerg. It was the Danish Maldini
Mate,
himself.
Wait, look, I'll go back to Whitley, right?
Where
Sam,
we be without Højbjerg.
let me say this right now with Sam,
Where
right?
we'd be without
So,
Højbjerg.
obviously, yesterday against Chelsea, it was a matter of you still think your team's average or some players are average. But if I go through your team player for player, there's still quite a few quality players there that should get you over the line against Chelsea side that, yes, they're in better confidence, but they're still not nowhere near where they need to be. I think they had 2 shots on target all game. So
Yeah, they were. I said to Chelsea, I said to Lewis, they were there for the taking last night.
you have Son, who I'm sure every one of 4 of us would take easily at their teams. You have Ndombele, baller. Lloris is a very good goalkeeper. Who's your left back for the day?
Ben Davis, the worst left back ever.
Let's forget that, Donny.
Exactly.
Your centre backs are Alderweireld and who else was it? Dyer.
Not good
I
enough.
think Alderweireld's a good centre back.
No, but I think
obviously
he was a
you've seen him
good
play.
centre back. He's finished now.
Okay.
He's done now.
Midfield, Højbjerg's obviously a good squad player and he'll be a good backup for Thomas Partey. And then you've got Bergwijn, very good young, 23-year-old winger. He started as well. Vinicius,
Imagine
good
how
little
good
striker. But your first team, except for Harry Kane and
Yeah, your first team wasn't that bad. One sec. What the defense is a bit iffy.
Bro, you've
the
got
midfield is strong.
your squad there, bro. The options you have on the bench as well. You've got Gareth Bale, you've got Lucas Moura, you've got Lamela. Decent bench options. You got Rodon as well. Don't forget Rodon.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't play last night.
You got Joe Hart. You got Premier League winner Joe Hart on the bench, mate. Look, you should be considered lucky, mate. He should be starting for you.
There's the
What it
geezer
is-
who's got Runnison playing tomorrow.
Oh no, Matt Ryan's fit, mate. He's made a recovery.
I bet you it's still Runnison.
Oh,
I don't care. He's it still is what it is, man. He's got a community shield to back up. He's got a trophy to put or honour to put on the table. All right. Ultimately, what I'll say with Spurs is, it's funny because we kind of expected it. And Sam, as much as I want to feel sorry for you, I don't.
No,
because
I'm
you're a
not.
Spurs fan.
Sympathy from you.
And ultimately, look, I just said Mourinho's gonna stay because you're in a cup final, and he'll say to Levy, right? And
No,
Levy's,
Bab, I'm telling you,
he's got
Bab,
Levy on
I'm
strings, bruv. He's saying, I'm in the FA Cup, I'm in
No,
the
I
Carabao
know,
Cup
but
final,
I'm telling
I'm in
you,
the
I'm
Europa
telling you.
League, and that's how your club's
If
gonna
he
work.
wins, if he wins on Sunday, if he wins the next two games, he'll stay. If he doesn't, he's gone. But we have got
games.
So we've got West Brom on Sunday at home. So if he loses that, he's gone. We've got
I
Everton.
don't get that though.
We've got
Because
Everton in the FA
realistically,
Cup.
you've been terrible for months.
He's
Win
not
the
going.
cup,
Everton-
and you'll get
He's
your
not
own
going.
league
He's not
football
going.
minimum.
He ain't going.
We've got Everton
I
in
think
the FA
with-
Cup on Wednesday, and then we've got Manchester City at the Etihad next weekend.
Well,
You
okay,
like
both
the
games.
Etihad?
If we get
wins the game.
piped at the Etihad, he's gone.
Think about it this way, lads. It's either short term, some gain, where we see them, suffer Spurs fans, or let them win those 2 games, and you can stay there for longer.
The only
You can continue
positive
doing
I've
this.
got at the moment is that Harry Kane is back
There
for
you
the next.
go. Positive for Tottenham. Harry Kane's back. You can
That's
keep
it.
him.
Harry
man.
Kane's back.
Back
Tottenham's
the
back.
process. Jose's the guy. I'm telling you, he's a winner, bruv.
You're a
Yeah,
knob.
he's the man for Tottenham Hotspur, man. He's the man to make you great again. He'll win you a
You're a
Carabao Cup.
knob.
You can have a parade. You can have a DVD, and look, you're back. Put a contract
You're
on the
a
table. We told you so. We told you so, man. I'm sorry.
Look,
We
I'm
told
still
you.
saying Jose should be the way.
Marco Rose is blue and white.
There you
army,
go. I
think.
agree, Lewis, man. We stand with Jose.
No,
We stand with Jose.
I'm being serious. Like,
We
stand
stand
with
with Jose.
Mourinho, man. He's the guy that will take you
There you
forward.
go, man. Let's get the hashtag
He wants
trending.
to start a
Stand with
long-term
Mourinho.
project. He'll stay in London because he wants to work with
There you go,
because he wants to live with his family still. It
You
makes
know what
perfect
Jose needs,
sense.
right? To make Jose a successful manager again, he needs a good assistant manager who can manage his players.
Yeah, where did
Pep
Rui
got-
Faria go, by the way?
That's a great
Because
point.
I think what Jose lacks right now is someone to get close to the players. Jose can be the guy who makes decisions, right? And he's good at that. But in terms of someone to be close to the players, Pep had it with Arteta at Man City, where he had a guy who'd go to the players, go with them 1v1, and train them and work with them and just have a good relationship. That's why when he left Man City, a lot of their players were distraught because, he was close to them. You need someone like that. Yet you've just got someone who, I don't have a clue who he is. I think he came from Lille. And what connection does he have to your players?
Who? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Your current assistant manager. That's why a lot of clubs have ex-players as their assistants. So
Yeah, but we've got the backroom staff. I don't really think that makes a difference. But Lewis, have you got your phone on you?
Yeah.
I'm sending you 2 things about like forwarding from this person who I was talking about, and it backs up what I said. You can't share whatever, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
he
Mad.
there's another one, right?
I don't get why you guys are doing this, though.
Yeah, one
You
more,
might
Lewis.
have a £15 million contract and you're sacking him within 18 months.
£18
I mean, we did the same thing with Lampard. Cool, but he was on £4 million a
Lewis,
year and he was on a 2-year deal.
Check.
Isn't this
Yeah, I've seen the things. Like, I believe what you're saying. I just don't understand why.
They're gonna sack him.
Mate, it's
Because you know what it is? It's because that football's terrible and the results are bad. I think they would accept. They would accept. They would accept the results.
Their football's great. The football's great. If Levy, you're watching, your football's great, man. It's fantastic.
sure
It's
Daniel Levy
world
watches that.
class.
Daniel Levy definitely watches this channel. 1000%.
He definitely watches it, right? Levy, like, just trust me, man. You're the guy. We back you,
The
mate.
thing is, though, we knew, like, as a Daniel Levy, you knew this was going to happen. You've seen Mourinho do this at Chelsea and Manchester United. You've seen him do this. Everybody, I'm not the brightest. I seen this coming. I seen this coming. I told every Spurs fan. I have Spurs fans who at me now.
Gone, though. If Tottenham was serious about being a competitive team and keeping the best of your players, you should have gone for a proactive manager like Marco Rose. A proactive manager, you know. But you chose to sell your soul to the devil. To the devil.
For the Carabao Cup,
one Carabao Cup, bruv. And that's what Levy knows. He knows he ain't bought Mourinho for good football or to win a league title. Forget those dreams. It's never going to happen, right? It was to win a Carabao Cup or win an FA Cup or to get to far in the Europa League. That's all it is. That's what Mourinho... He's been brought in for those numbers, man. That's what your club's become because you're in a stadium now where you have to be... So, listen, if you bring in a Marco Rose and say I think he's a very good manager at Mönchengladbach, but he comes to Tottenham and say if he struggles for the first year, with your stadium, you don't have it. Look, I've witnessed this as an Arsenal fan. When you move to a new stadium, you need to have a consistent manager. And we were lucky with Arsene Wenger that we had to, some banks literally said we won't give you the money unless Wenger's there. You can't keep sacking managers left, right, and centre. The banks won't let that happen. They want some consistency because, say if Marco Rose comes in, he struggles for the first year, he's gone as well, even though he deserves more time. So he's going to stay, man. Josie's here to stay.
As a final question, I want to hear your thoughts.
Send you, his days are numbered if he doesn't start getting results.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a results thing, though, because we know Mourinho's football is not good to watch, as we told you. But we knew this was going to happen.
I'll tell you the problem I have. We have name me a team in the league, and I'll tell you their philosophy and their identity.
Arsenal.
You have one. It's the triangles, the nice football.
All right, here we go. Manchester United.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have one. Exactly. We just have individual talent. We don't have
Bruno ball, innit?
We don't have one. No, we don't use that even Bruno ball. We don't have one.
You got Bruno ball, man.
There's still patterns of play where you can keep the football for more than 5 seconds.
There isn't
any patterns of play in your club. I can't.
There isn't. You know what it is? It's just that individually we have brilliant players. Literally, that's it. If Manchester United have Spurs players, we are you.
Yeah, but that's what Tottenham are as well, weren't they, with Kane? How good were Tottenham, or how good do people make them out to be in November? Tottenham, counter Kane. They were playing some good football when the counters Kane finds Son, finds Ndombele, finds Berger. I think Jermaine Genius said on BT Sports that after the Liverpool game and you missed those chances, but you played that style of football and you could have won that game and you didn't take the chances, it just shattered your confidence. And maybe that is how it is, but
maybe. But
I think Rio Ferdinand then said you can't be that mentally fragile to just.
We need an identity and we need a philosophy, and that's one of the most important things in football.
Louis van Gaal, that's what you need. Philosophy. Bring in Louis van Gaal. He's the guy for you, bruv. Bring it. Look, Lampard's available, man. Lampard had the Chelsea. He had the hexagon. Remember that, Lewis? The hexagon Chelsea, wherever that was. Nah, Fergie coming, bro.
No. Don't talk about it. Go.
Get Arteta or Mourinho now, though. What's your thoughts?
What about Arteta or Mourinho?
Yeah, because you lot, it was either Arteta or Mourinho at that point, and you were getting a lot of stick back at that point as well for saying you didn't want Jose. I just want to know what your feelings are right now.
I didn't get stick for it. I got a lot of people agree with it. Listen, I think 80% of fans didn't want Mourinho anywhere near our club.
Was it 80? Because it seemed a lot more evened out.
Look, do you know what? While you do, let me find that tweet I found. Let me just give me a second, right? Change it to someone else for a second so I can find this for you and I'll show you.
I hope we move on to some of the other.
Yeah, that's calm. Yeah, we will move on to the next topic, and it's an easy way to segue. United had a very tight game a few days ago as well. They had a win against Southampton. Nice one. Yeah.
Flawless. Hate.
9-0 Southampton. Now, are we going to talk Ole masterclass or refereeing disaster class? What are you saying?
Neither. It was a sending off. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a referee disaster class and that. You know what I'm saying? We don't complain about refereeing decisions out here. We take games into our own hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did.
You take responsibility.
Go on, Lewis, show that.
Look at that already.
See? Man backs his opinion, bruv. Yeah? I don't want that guy near my club, bruv. Never wanted him. I don't care what he's doing at Tottenham either, bruv.
You know, fair play.
Yeah, but look at the date, bruv. November the 4th, 2019, bruv. Man said it from there. Any Arsenal fan for me that wanted Mourinho was either very desperate or Tottenham fan. Because you cannot want Mourinho anywhere near this club. He's not. Do you know how Liverpool said they would never appoint Mourinho? We need to be the same. I think United kind of sold their souls for a couple of years and they said, no. We need to get away from that. That's not us. Right?
Man, I'm really viewing Jose as the devil, you know. How many times have I heard sell your soul with Jose?
People will say it. People will say that's what it is. No, people will say it as if, look, Arsenal fans don't want Mourinho because of what he said about Arsene Wenger. Actually, I think it's not about that. It's more about his style of football. Arsenal fans don't want to see that. And with Mikel Arteta, yes, we've been shambolic this year because we're 10th in the league ultimately. But we still have had games where we've beaten teams where they've sat back and we just played them off the park with passing through them. With Tottenham's, the best under Jose Mourinho has been counter-attacking football every game. Whereas when you play against a deep block, it doesn't work, man. And I think Mourinho doesn't know how to attack like that. But yeah, man, as I said, I back my opinion from the start. And I don't know, man. It's what it is.
Okay, cool. We will segue back into the Man United game. Flawless. Chat to me, bro. 9-0.
9-0 out here. So yeah, like I say, it was a sending off. So that can't be disputed. There's no arguments whatsoever. I'm actually glad McTominay was all right because when I seen the tackle, I was like, right. So yeah, we did what we were supposed to. Once they went down to 10 men, I wanted us to be aggressive, play on the front foot, and treat Southampton like they're Southampton. And we did that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to 4-5-0 and then chill out. Props to Ollie. Props to the whole team as well, because it's very easy. They could have easily took their foot off the gas at 4-5-0 and nobody really would have complained. You know what I'm saying? Just be reserved, not the ball about. But we went for it. We wanted to make a statement. Like I said, I seen Wan-Bissaka and Shaw both putting crosses into the box and there's 4, 5, 6 man in the box. Yes, of course, Southampton are down to 10 men, but I just like the intent. And to everyone who's like, oh, Manchester United can't play with one DM, rare and all this nonsense. That goes to show, I say this all the time, United are top heavy. So the fact that we are top heavy, I don't know why we don't attack more. That's how we should treat Southampton anyway. We should be like that if it was 11 versus 11. I don't know why we're so pragmatic. I have no idea why we are so pragmatic. So hopefully, I know it won't happen, but hopefully Ollie sees that and goes, all right, I'm going to do that more often. Because we battered teams this year. Them 9-0. Leipzig got 5. Leeds got, they cut from the same cloth. Leeds, we just got better players. Leeds got 6. Newcastle got 4. So the ability's there. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's on our strikers' cases and saying, oh, Martial's not good enough. Cavani's not played well. Yo, on average, we create one big chance per match. Our strikers average 3 touches in the opposition box. And that's the system.
I saw a stat of Luke Shaw actually. And Luke Shaw actually this season has averaged 2 key passes per 90, which if you don't know what that means, that's actually very good attacking, very, very good attacking numbers. Like, I think there's a couple Arsenal players that are on that, but that's it. You know, I don't think there's any Chelsea players on that, or maybe Mason Mount is, but those are attacking midfielder numbers, key passes.
Well,
so
you know what I'm saying?
So a creative side, isn't it?
Well, we should be a creative side with all the attacking options. We're not. Trust me, I watch United every game. We are nowhere near as creative as we should be. With all the attacking talent we have on that pitch, we shouldn't. Against Southampton.
Who are we firing shots at, bruv? What's this shot firing business going on, bruv?
Craig goes to throw shots at the usual on Peter Griffin, as usual. But we always have to get slander on this channel, as per usual. We're shameless. But yeah, Luke Shaw's one of them ones. He's been really good since you brought
He's
Alex
improved.
Telles.
Yeah, man.
Is it one of those where he just needs a competition?
Yes.
Is it something that you can take too much out of? Or it's just going to be the case of if Alex Tellers leaves, you can have the same Luke Shaw back.
Same problem because he did this last season when Brandon Williams came into the fold.
Yeah, Craig's here.
Is Craigo your boy,
my
Slav?
guy.
Yeah, we
love
all went to
Craig.
the same uni.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Okay.
uni friends. Oh, uni friends.
But yeah, with
Promotion.
Luke Shaw, yeah, he did that last season when Brandon Williams came up from the youth setup and he started to play better. And he's done it this season, and this is all we've wanted as Manchester United from Luke Shaw. I was highly critical of him last season, but this season I can't really complain. He's improved defensively. He's always been all right. It was the going forward. Like there was a clip where Bruno had the ball on the left wing and he asked Shaw to overlap, and Shaw just refused. This was a couple months back, and that's the issues we had. But we've seen him getting forward, putting quality crosses into the box, being a great outlet. So yeah, Tellez has pushed him on. So hopefully he keeps up this form, because he knows if he drops off form, Tellez is there to come and take his place. So yeah, man, I'm pleased with it. Like I said, and I just hope United, we should attack like that more often. We should just go for teams. Yeah, and just kamikaze. I say kamikaze FC and just go for it. We definitely should do that because we have the players to destroy any team in this league.
Okay, well, you have Everton next now. So, were you feeling for more of the same, or is there a lot that you can take out that game? Because it was 9-0, but there's circumstances in the performance.
Yeah, the circumstance, and now there isn't a lot I can take from that game because United are consistently inconsistent. If we lost 2-1, it wouldn't be a shock to me. I wouldn't be on here the show next week talking about, I can't believe we lost. We just won 9-0, ranting and raving. This is why I don't rant and rave. I know what this team is. I know what this manager is. Therefore, I'm just strapped in for the ride, take the good with the good and take the bad with the bad. So far, we're getting good results. You get me? Our results don't match our performances. Results test, we flying. We're in a title race. Don't think, can we win the league? No, but our performances in terms of our football is dreadful. We play as bad a football at times as Spurs. We play dreadful football at times.
I can't lie. Sitting through both United Arsenal games was massive.
There you go.
That's United's fault, mate. That's United's fault. That's not Arsenal's fault.
They're blaming us, innit?
No, that first game, I think both of you share the blame. You're lucky Pogba.
Yeah, but we had Willian in our front three. What do you expect, my guy?
Yo, Babs, we ain't the same, man.
I've always rated Willian.
We ain't the same. We scored 9 goals. You lot finished with 9 men. We ain't the same. You get what I'm saying in that? There's levels to this.
9 goals. Scoring goals is overrated anyways, man. I prefer.
It is for you lot, innit? That's Willian, innit? They're overrated. That's Willian, innit?
You know when you said scoring goals is overrated, mate? Flawless. You know you ain't scored against Arsenal since 2019.
Oh, is it not? All right, cool. I mean, it is what it is, innit?
Mate.
Yeah, mate.
Back in the Arsene Wenger days, mate, since the last time they beat us as well.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Like I said, we scored 9 goals. You lot can't get above 9th position. You get what I'm saying? The levels is different now. Yeah, we different.
What pisses me off about that performance, right, is we were literally in 6th place for literally 45 minutes of the game, and then fucking we'll get on to in a second. But yeah, I mean, I'm holding it in for that moment.
Yes, we should get into that game. Wolves 2,
wow.
Arsenal 1. I'm hearing a lot of random talk about red cards and everything. I just saw 1-0 to the Arsenal, and then a little bit of penalty and a great finish.
Arsenal played well. Arsenal played very well, actually.
If you don't watch that first half of football, you would see why some Arsenal fans like myself have always kind of been behind Mikel Arteta.
I agree. And then you Arsenaled it.
We didn't Arsenal shit. We got refereed.
They were the right decisions. Stop moaning.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go.
Let's make this very, very clear, right? So David Luiz, first things first, I'll blame him for the circumstances why we were in that position in the first place. When the 47th minute, or 46th, 45 basically, out of 47 minutes of the game, and the ball gets cleared by Leno into the midfield. We don't win the ball. Luiz, for whatever reason, decides to press up to win that ball. He doesn't win it. And then William Jose just turns and runs behind. He's in behind, basically. He's going to score. Now, looking back at it, initially I thought, Luiz, what have you done? You're giving away a penalty. You're going to get sent off as well. But I watched it back, and I was like, no. The contact is not initiated by Luiz. It's not. Kind of in a way, I'm not saying it's Jose's fault because of what he's done, but William Jose kind of just kicks into him in a way, in terms of his leg gets into him. Whose fault was that? How can accidental contact in the box, which isn't even a contact,
saying his leg ran into Luiz and made it look like it was a foul?
Look, I will say it's a penalty though, because obviously he's in on goal, he's about to score, fair enough. But red card from accidental contact. Come on now. And what embarrassed the most, right, was what referee said after. What these embarrassing, fraudulent referees after the game were saying is if Luis had clattered Donny and maybe broken his leg, then it would have been a yellow card.
No, but
that makes sense.
Babs, what I think you should be more annoyed about, I think you should be annoyed at it's not the decision that I think you should be annoyed about, it's the rules.
I don't give a shit what it is, bruv. It's frauds, bruv. I can't care, bruv. It's some people say it's a referee, some people say it's this.
He's an idiot.
I don't care. Just use common sense for God's sake, man. Use common sense. It's never a red card. You know, why do people make it so difficult? The rules say this. Bruv, use your head. Use your logic, bruv. It's never a red card.
Made a good comment there. Who? Just a vengeance. By the letter of the law, Louise's challenge was a red card. He's right.
Come off.
What is the law?
Hang on. So, letter of the law, Luis is a red card, right? So, fair enough. So, in the Man United game, Jan Bednarek had the same incident. In behind, through and goal.
I have not seen it.
Right? So, same identical, Flawless can read it, same identical incidents, right? Yet, out of both red cards, which one was rescinded and which one wasn't? It was Bednarek.
You've seen it.
Yeah, it wasn't the one on Martial. It wasn't a foul.
So if that is a red card, and the law states this, and the law is waffling basically right about that, stop it. If it's red card, then why is Bednarek's being rescinded? What's the difference? What is the difference ultimately?
Flawless.
He's got a point. The thing is with the Martial one, I don't think it was a foul anyway. When I seen it on the watch along and I seen it back, I don't think it was a foul. What is the letter of the law though that you're talking about, Slav? When you say by the letter of the law
that's the red card. That's the red card. Yeah. Look at that. That is a red card.
Couldn't happen to a nicer team, but
Look at it, man's taking him out with his knee, bro. I can't be honest.
He's running. He's literally running, bro. Do people want you to run with one leg like, ooh?
I think
running. That's all it is.
That's a red card.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay. Let me get this straight, Chelsea fans, and I'm on a Chelsea channel, so I can say it as well, right? You, man, need to relax with this FA Cup final business, right? Because that red card wasn't a red card. I 100% agree with that. But you should have been down at 10 men in the first half anyways, when the same thing happened with Luis and Aspilicueta. And this goes in and goal, gets brought down, that's a red card. So what are you talking about then? You man just got quiet on that, don't you? Because it's just, that's not relative, right? Huh? What?
Wait, why would that have been a red card then?
So Aubameyang's in one-on-one, running through that goal. No one's catching him up except for Aspilicueta, who drags him back and pulls him back with no intentions of winning the ball back. So how is that?
You know what? I'm gonna get the FA Cup final on my TV now while you're saying.
Go for it, man.
But go on. What you say? Say that again.
But yeah, I said, look, Chelsea fans have a right to agree with the Kovacic 100%. That wasn't a red card, and I said it at the time as well. But apart from that, the red card in the first half, I think it should have been a red card. He literally stops from running behind. He stops the guy running in behind, and it's not like
you're saying with no intention to get the ball.
Yeah, look at it. He
all
pulls
right,
him
cool.
back.
The moment's just happening now, so let me see that. Yeah, that's a bit of a sticky one still.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one still. Bro, you know what I mean? So, look, Chelsea, as I said, man, but I'm not a type of person who, if I get a dodgy decision, I'm going, yeah, or inject it. No, because when Arsenal got the penalty against Chelsea this year, I said it wasn't a penalty. Because I know
it's like he's pushing Aubameyang down because he's still in between him and the ball.
You get me, bro. So that's what I'm asking for. I just want consistency.
Yeah, it's a sticky one still.
Because what the FA have just said is fuck Arsenal. Yeah, that's what it stands for.
All right, here we go.
I mean,
fuck Arsenal. Violence out.
The FA are agreeing.
One thing I will say though is this: so after the game, obviously Arsenal fans are agreeing because I believe we've lost that game because of the red card. But it's what it is. That's my opinion. But so Gary Neville tweeted this back in 2016, where ex-Premier League referee Mark Housley, I think, or whatever his name is, admitted that he got paid by the FA that after his career he'd be quiet. But he gave out information that, certain teams he was told to be biased for. In certain games he was told to give a certain amount of corners and free kicks. Why is this not, why are people not looking into this? It's clear corruption, but people just ignore that, innit?
Bro, I already said with Mark Clattenburg in the Battle of the Bridge when you were saying, I don't want to red card any Spurs players because if they bottle the game, they're going to blame it on me. Referees always have agendas. And I've always said, like, you can never try and tell me otherwise because they're always going to go into games with some sort of agenda. He's also admitted as well that under Sir Alex Ferguson, referees were more inclined to give decisions in United's favour as well. That and Anthony Taylor's pure existence as a football referee, there's agendas everywhere.
Man said that and Anthony Taylor's pure existence as a referee. You and this Anthony Taylor think you're not letting this slide. Let
Bro,
AT
it's
go,
true.
man.
And this is
But-
not just
but
the FA
Lewis,
Cup
Lewis.
final when we talk about Anthony Taylor. There are so many games where he's
Fair enough.
fucked us over.
In terms of Arsenal and Craig Pawson, we've now lost the last 4 games with him as a referee. We've also in general have a 41% win rate with this referee in charge of our games. 41%.
You want to talk about refs? How about the one in the Champions League final that gave us a penalty to Liverpool after 30 seconds?
To be fair, why was Sissoko's hand up?
What the referee did there, right, Sam, is he did the footballing heritage. He knew Spurs didn't deserve to be in the first place. He just did what was right. That's
Also,
what
do
it was.
you remember this season when Graham Scott in the Spurs Brighton game went to the monitor and stuck by the wrong decision?
What I don't understand, you're right. What I don't understand is how have we got video assistant referees and yet still consistently week in, week out, we're talking about wrong decisions. How is that possible, my guys?
Because the refs
How
ain't
is
good
that
enough. I
possible?
said
Refs are shit.
Exactly.
VAR is not the
So,
problem. The
so
refs ain't
when
good
is it going to get to the stage, right? Because it's not just a 1 year thing. This is like a 10, 20-year thing. When is it going to get to the stage, right, where we go, right, enough is enough, time to go, and get in other referees, or, find better referees, or whatever, man. Because it's not good enough anymore, because it's going to keep going, there's no... Do you know what they should do, right? Anytime a referee gives a red card, right, that's not a red card, that ban that was meant to be for the player should go for the referee.
What, a 1-game ban?
There has
If
to be.
it's
referees
something
should
like
be
that.
scored a mark.
Fine,
There has to,
a red card,
there has to be
or
some
put in front of
punishment.
the fans. He should be having a press conference as well, talking to the fans. Put him in front of us. That's what I'm saying, bruv. We want to see this guy talk. I want to hear them from their own mouths. Yeah, what the thought process was. Because maybe, as a fan, I'm saying as a football fan, maybe if they explain it to me and their thought process, I can understand it. But I want to hear it from their mouths. Simple.
No, I agree.
I mean, I've wanted referees to be more responsible for years, but they never do it, and they never will do it because they're going to protect their ego.
But why? Why not? Why not?
Because they protect their own. They're like the mafia, like somebody said. They're going to protect their
man?
own.
Enough is enough,
Or
bruv.
maybe
Enough
Babs
is
is onto
enough.
something in the
I'm
case
with you.
that maybe they
I'm
wouldn't
with you.
give them more responsibility because stuff in the past will come out.
Look, if you look at the big sports, like for example, I think it's in NFL. Anytime ref gives a decision, he has to just like kind of speak it out to a speaker so the whole audience can know. In the NBA,
That's in all
when
American
something gets
sport. You have to have that,
exactly. Same with the NBA. If something happens, he goes over and says it so everyone knows this is why I gave it, and so there's no complaints. Why are we so behind? Why are we so behind? And it's not look, VAR's in Italy, in France, in Spain. Yeah, when I watch those leagues play, it's not an issue. It's never an issue. So as I said, we've got the best players, we've got the best managers from Europe and across the world. Why can't we now get the best referees?
Because like you said, the refs are an issue, and they should be judged. Like I said, referees should be marked, and there should be punishments.
They are down the pub merchants.
I should get my dad's in
they fancy a little bit of fun on the weekends, bruv.
My
Enough
dad's
is enough,
in
bruv.
He's been a ref for 30 odd years. We should get him in to come and explain.
There you go, man. Bring him in.
I mean,
Yeah.
Imagine his dad walks in, it's
we're
Mike
here.
Dean, bro.
Ah,
Imagine if Mike Dean just walks in.
get
Lads.
Daddy involved. Let's do this. I want to hear what he's saying.
Dad. Give me a sec.
Holy bear time. There you go, man. But as I said, man, I don't have anything against referees. But Craig Pawson can go suck one.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Everyone stay tuned. We might be getting a little minute insight from Slav.
hit the like button, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
smash
hit
the
the
like
like
button.
button. Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel as well. It's road to what? How many subs you got now, Lewis? 120k or something. I know you got bare subs.
Oh, 120k, I wish.
You see the video of Ty on AFTV when he's like, congratulations to AFTV 1 billion subscribers.
I did see that. Yeah.
Wait,
I watched
that's it,
that.
1
Shout out.
billion.
No, it's Ty said 1 billion subscribers.
Oh, fuck.
But they got 1 billion views in it.
Yeah, 1 billion views. Yeah.
Salute to AFTV, man. I think I'm half of them views still.
Hello, mate.
There he is. You're right, man.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
All right,
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
all
Hey,
good.
good,
We're
mate. You all right?
all about referees and
Anyone?
VAR.
Thank
What's
you.
your
Ask
thought?
questions, boys.
Go on, Q&A. Comments as well, get involved.
Yeah,
Right.
VAR. What do you think's been the main problem with it so far? Has it been more the system itself or the referees managing it?
Okay, so I think a couple of things. First of all, the people managing it are not what I would call, not experienced enough. They're not the top referees is number one, and number two is timing. So when a VAR, when a decision is made, it goes to VAR, and I've experienced it at football and experienced it on the television. You can sometimes go 3-4 minutes before a final decision is made. You know, the game continues, and then the one example I'll give you was, it was last season or the season before, when Spurs were playing Manchester City. 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes, when Aguero, I think, was brought down. 3 minutes later, or whenever it was, VAR decided to bring the ball back and decide they're going to look at it for a penalty. Well, it's ridiculous. You know, and not only did they then decide to bring it back, then it takes them that long to decide if it's even a penalty. So you either, if you've seen something, you've got to flag it up straight away. The whole game was ruined. Not ruined, but you got a 5-6 minute break. The whole thing was madness. And then you kind of forget what the actual tackle was all about. You know, I was where I sit with Sam. I could see from where we were, it was a penalty. But I think Mike Dean was the referee. And you can't blame Mike Dean for any of that. He didn't give it. The game goes on, and then the crowd are completely unsure what is going on. So as far as VAR is concerned, I think there's a timing issue with it. There is a problem when
the standard of refereeing.
You know, I tell you what the one problem with refereeing is that when you look at the referees, and I study them, is that there are too many of the same referee in the Premier League are doing the teams over and over again with too short of a gap. Do you understand what I mean? And I give an example that Paul Tierney, who I actually think has grown to be a reasonably good referee now. Spurs have had him 3 times in about 6 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so
there's
like
no
too many of the similar refs.
Sorry?
You're getting too many of the similar
refs. Too many of the, well, and there's over familiarity to a certain extent. It so happened that in the period that Paul Tierney refereed Spurs, there was no issues. Every game he refereed, I actually thought he had very good games. But if you don't, you know, I'll give you another example is the head of the referees is a guy called Mike Riley. Now, whether it's you, I don't know how old you boys are, but I go back to Mike Riley, who was in my opinion, was a very weak referee. Controversial.
Broke
weak.
the record for Invincibles.
Yeah, Babs will agree.
And he's
my hero, man.
Oh, shut up.
He's now head of the referees. So how is that? You know, how is that? We also don't have what I would call a real. In my time in watching football, there was real standout referees. There aren't any now. Michael Oliver is probably the top referee, I would think, in the Premiership. But the referees also are under so much scrutiny. If you watch the referees carefully, you'll notice there is never a smile on the referee's face. So there's very little interaction between the referee and the footballer to have a bit of a laugh and a joke. And if you go back to certain referees, and I'll give you an example, Phil Dowd. I don't know if any of you
remember Phil Dowd.
I recognise his name.
Phil Dowd was very. You would notice he would. What's the word I'm looking for? He'd interact with the players. He'd give as good as he got, but you kind of knew where your level is with Phil Dowd. You don't cross that line. Now, I referee in Sunday League football, and I know my reputation in my league is I'm a very hard referee, but I'll always interact with the players, always have a bit of a laugh and a joke. And I always explain to the players, why I've given a decision. If you watch Premiership football or most leagues, the referees you can see it's just there's the decision and that is it. Or the other problem you get is that referees, I think, they draw themselves into provocation. Instead of, if you look at Kalina, who's one of the greatest referees ever.
Yeah.
No player would ever dare to cross Kalina. You might think you're going to argue and start something with him, and you get the Kalina look and the Kalina eyes and think, that's it, walk away. Now you look at it now, and the referees have, there's not many referees in the Premiership, for instance, that have, in my opinion, a presence on the pitch. I think they're just, they're weak, and they are. There's also not enough. At the end of the day, no referee, no football. That's the rules of the game, and the referees are not the ones really on trial. Having said that, you do look at the Premiership, and it's always the same referees week in, week out that are inviting controversy, shall we say?
Yeah, Baz, you said it yourself. What was it? The percentage of your win ratio with Pawson?
41%.
Now, if you look at
still doing their games, then
Craig Pawson he's got no presence on the pitch. He actually looks weak.
Wow.
Another one is Lee Mason. Lee Mason there's always controversy about him, always something with him. I'm trying to think. Mike Dean is a showman. You kind of either love Mike or you don't, but he's got a character, and you do like that about him. And he doesn't take any nonsense, and he has got a presence on the pitch, without a doubt. Michael Oliver's another one. You've got 2 or 3 new referees that are trying to that you look and have they've got no presence on the pitch. And I give one of them is Graham Scott. They're just so serious. And because I think they're so serious and don't seem to have much of a interaction with the players, I think that's what gets players' backs up, is that you can't go anywhere near a referee. It's the hardest job, unless you've refereed. Doesn't matter what level of football you do, it is the hardest job ever. It's a really difficult thing to referee a football game, because 11 players agree with you, 11 players don't, and the game is so quick that you've got very little time. You see something, and that's, in a way, I think VAR has helped in certain situations, but I think VAR has taken away the referees' decisions, if you like. The game always used to be, my view was, you see what you see and you miss what you miss. The goal line technology is brilliant, but VAR, it goes back to a bit like, if you like, for the linesman. Very few linesmen will give a controversial flag. The reason for that, as a referee, you're in the middle of the pitch. So before all of lockdown, you can hide, if you like, you see what I mean, from the crowd. If you're a linesman, and I've done it on the odd occasion, I've run the line, which I don't like, you are by the crowd, and the abuse, because you've given a decision. So a lot of linesmen or assistants will just choose, I don't want to get involved in this because I can't. I'm going to have to spend 85 minutes now of being called every name under the sun. And it's very difficult. The standard of refereeing compared to, say, 10 years ago, when you had very, very strong referees on the pitch. It's a bit of a shame now when you look at the panel of referees purely for the Premiership, and I can only think of, like I said to you, maybe 2 or maybe 3 referees that I think are very good, strong referees. There's too much. There is a lot of weakness out there, and I'm not sure which one of you said so that Craig Pawson. Craig Pawson, I think, just doesn't come across well on the football pitch. Another one, in fact, who's refereeing Spurs on Sunday is Stuart Atwell. I don't know how he gets to be on the top games. Another one who, and then you've got referees who I think they're better than they really are. Another one, the top of my list is Martin Atkinson, who I just think is quite arrogant in the way that he referees. I do understand, as I said, for being referee for so long, not in the Premiership, of course, but it's not easy. But there needs to be a larger panel of referees, and there needs to be. And the reason for that is that at least you're not getting, like I said at the beginning of this, the same referee doing the same teams in a short period of space. Now, if you'd have taken Paul Tierney, what would have happened if there'd have been a really controversial decision and 3 weeks or 2 weeks later, he's back doing Spurs again?
But that's what we're saying. With Babs talking about he's an Arsenal fan. Craig Pawson gave that decision on David Luiz on Wednesday, and he's fuming about it, which is fair enough. And he'll probably referee an Arsenal game in 4 weeks.
Okay, and here's the question: Why do you think that was the wrong decision?
Go on, Babs.
Simply because it was minimal contact and accidental contact.
Okay, first of all, with refereeing, which a lot of people don't, you can give a decision against a player for intention. And I would say that there might have been minimal contact with David Luiz, but the fact is what he did was actually stupid, because most referees, he should not, where he was and making that tackle, he kind of gave the referee very little maneuverability not to give that decision. And his problem is with his reputation as well. It's not the first time, the second time. He's done it so many times, and it may well have been minimal contact. But the fact is it doesn't matter how big the contact was. He should have thought to himself a split second, I don't think I should do this. And
so it's accidental contact, though.
If okay, cool, I understand that. But if you're running backwards towards the goal and not challenging towards the ball, kind of almost backing off in a way, but just running towards the ball, you've done nothing wrong, surely. You're not made a tackle, you're not put your foot in, you've not pulled it backwards. And then look, I understand what you're saying there as well, but how can then that decision not be rescinded, yet Bednarek for Southampton get rescinded? Same incidents.
Yeah. Look, that I agree with you. On the other hand, you could look at it upon the point of view that if you had that same decision again, the situation again with David Luiz, how many with another referee would he have given the same decision? In as much that would he have not given a decision, and I guarantee you it would then have gone to VAR. No matter what, that would have gone to VAR. I can't guarantee that another referee would have not given it, but I don't think he did himself any favors. That that was the thing, and I actually only saw it afterwards, but it happened so quickly, and you have to remember that there is an assessor up in the stands watching Pawson, and if Pawson probably hadn't have given that, that's the thing. They're under so much pressure, these referees, and they're full time. They're paid a lot of money, and the same as you lot, anyone else, they can lose their job. They start to get poor decisions. But in situations like this, I kind of think that's where, in a way, maybe VAR is wrong. Is that Pawson gave it, that was it, he's off, finished. It could have been another referee that didn't give it. That's it. He stays on the pitch. Done. No VAR. You see what I mean?
Any last questions? Because obviously we've got lots to cover.
That's it. I was going to ask about the David Luiz thing, but you covered that. Yeah, I mean, very well, much so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was more it. But my thing, as a final question, what do you think then needs to change? Do you think the referees need to be held more accountable, or do you think the problem is more with VAR in general?
No, I don't think. I think you're not going to change anything at the moment. What I'd love to see referees interviewed after the game.
Yeah,
why can't a referee be interviewed? Why not? Why shouldn't he be interviewed?
That's what we said.
Now, I don't mean an interview, which means that the presenters hammer him left, right, and centre. Be fair and ask him certain questions, and don't ask him why you had such a lousy game. But please explain this. Could you please explain that? Could you please? Why can't he be? What Why? I'll give you an example. If you want to watch, I'm going to go now. But let me finish this. There's a rugby league referee who's retired now called Nigel Owens.
Oh, I've watched Nigel Owens.
Okay, Nigel's the best rugby referee there has ever been. And you watch him in clips of him, how he manages a rugby game against 10-foot tall players, 60 stone, who stand there showing him the utmost respect. They call him sir, and they're not calling him sir in a derogatory. They're calling him because they've got total respect. You watch how he manages it. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He's got class. He's got presence. He's just got the one-liners that come out. He's brilliant. It's a shame we don't have any referees in our league, that are a bit like Nigel Owens. I kind of thought at one stage I'd like to see the referees mic'd up. The problem is in football is that you couldn't do that because of the players. Because if you watch Nigel, you will see only one player comes to argue with Nigel, and he gives them 5 seconds. In football, you'd have God knows how many players effing and blinding at him. That's going to be transferred onto the screen. That's why you couldn't do it. But watch Nigel, and I do believe that a lot of our football players could learn an awful lot from him. It's a shame he's retired, because the guy's absolutely brilliant. And I've seen his videos, and I watch them over and over again. And I've used a lot of his one-liners, his terminology, because he uses what I call reverse psychology with players, and it's absolutely fantastic. But the problem is, in closing, we have no characters in referees in our game. Years ago, so many. Have a look at a guy called Roger Milford. Years ago, laughed, joked with players, fantastic. Don't get it anymore. They're too serious. There is a gap between the players and the referee. So that's why there is no respect, because the referees, you can see, alienate themselves from the player. Whereas if they probably, instead of saying to a player, go away, that's it, I've given it, finished, is it such a big thing if you tell them, if you're in my standard of football, if I've made a bad decision, I apologise, I've made a bad decision. Because I have. And if you apologise to a player, where else have you got to go? If I've said I'm sorry,
they'd respect it more.
Pardon?
If anything, they'd respect it more.
If you say I'm really sorry, I've given a bad decision, but I'm sorry I've given it, and excuse me, it was a crap decision. 9 times out of 10, a player will say, "Okay, referee, thank you, thanks for your honesty." Probably in the Premier League, you'll get, "I've given it, go away," and that's what gets players backs up, because they want a bit of explanation. And it's very difficult as well in closing when you've got a player earning 300 grand a week with a referee that's earning flumpence, looking at some 19-year-old kid who's talking to him like crap, that's earning God knows what. That's, these boys have got absolutely zero respect for, never mind the referee, for anything. Anyway, it's dinner.
Thank you for jumping on anyway. It was much appreciated.
He's hit his head on his way out as well. Maybe that's a booking.
Take care.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was a great conversation.
I get booked when I don't do the dishes.
As a final roundup before we end this, I just want to get you guys' predictions on the weekend. Babs, we'll start with you because you got the early kick off against us.
I hope you enjoyed the insight. And
no, really did.
Babs, I thought you might be interested. My dad was once one of the referees asked to do Tony Adams' testimonial.
Oh,
hey, you know what? The referee might need the Premier League might have to holler at your dad and that to get rid of these.
I'd rather him than Anthony Taylor refereeing like that.
Do you know when he said it was the guy assessing the referees at the top?
Yeah.
I was the image in my head was just like an image of Sir Alex Ferguson just sitting there looking down the referees.
Some final boss shit. But yeah, Villa Arsenal, chat to me.
Villa Arsenal. It's away from home. We have no Leno, no Tierney as well, I believe. No Louise as well, obviously with the red card.
Just a quick one. What do you think of the Leno decision to do that? Brain fart?
Stupid, but I can see what happened. He come out with the ball, he misjudged the ball, and as a natural reaction, he's kind of just moved his hand. That's all it is. It's a mistake. That happens in football. Footballers are not, they're not robots. They will make mistakes, and that's what it was. I've seen other goalkeepers do it in the past. I've seen Manuel Neuer do it in the past. So yeah, man, is what it is. We move with it. But yeah, in terms of the game itself, I think must-win game for Arsenal. We're up against one of the best players in the league in Jack Grealish. But Villa are not on the best of form right now. But neither were Wolves. But I think the first half against Arsenal, if you play like that, we'll win comfortably because we were that good. But we're gonna have to see how Arsenal bounce back from this. We just lost the game, which we were harshly done by, in my opinion. If we can bounce back and get the win, then yeah. But ultimately, you have to ask the question: what's Arsenal's goals this season? Like, are we fighting for the top 4? Are we fighting for the top 6, top 10? Like, what is it? Because that game we lost, and it's like if we'd won that game, we'd be in the top 6, 7 right now, be above Spurs, and so you would be in the race. But I'm gonna go for Arsenal win 2-1.
Okay. I understand that. I wouldn't even say with you guys it's the case that you lot are finished again. It's nothing like that. Like, you lost under circumstances, but same way, I'm interested because I said I wanted to see what you guys were like under Arteta with a run of games against tough opposition. We're now at that point, so I'm not saying you're done or anything like that. I'm not putting anything on the table early.
Yeah, but so far, so Lewis, right? We play Southampton, play them at the Park, beat them 3-1. Play Man United, and it was a pretty even game. Both teams had chances. We hit the post, the bar, and Flawless's team obviously had a very good chance. And then the Wolves game, we played them off the park in the first one. We should have been 1-0 in the first 50 seconds. So we're playing better teams, and I think anyone that watched that game, maybe you guys
played well. I did a watch along of it. He played very well.
No, but to be fair, Wolves' form has been poor anyway. Like, the only team they've beaten since December was us.
Yeah, but you played Wolves recently, right, Lewis, and you were pretty bang average in a way, like boring and
24 hours under Tuchel, and we were not average. It was just the same.
If they were that poor, then why were you so boring to watch?
We were just the same way we've been the last week and the whole season.
If you watch Arsenal in
the final third,
yeah. Whereas if you watch Arsenal in a game, you see a style of football, pressing, exploiting weaknesses of Wolves. And, we played some very good football, man. We had chance. With Pepe at the bar. By the way, Nicolas Pepe, by the way. Can we talk about that? Like, he's coming through quick.
He played well twice.
Shut up, man. You know what? Yeah, I was going to say something, but it's fine. I'll get away with you, man. But, I think Pepe, for me, he's picking up form at the right time. And in a weird way, Aubameyang's going to have to fight for his place now. Never thought I'd say that.
Yeah,
he has to fight for his place.
Unlike
Tottenham Hotspur, we're not a one-man team. We're not just Harry Kane FC. We're not Heung-min Son FC. Which, by the way, Son without Kane is practically Theo Walcott. Average.
Wow.
Dead player. He's basically Theo Walcott without him, mate. What did he do? What did Son do yesterday? What did Son do yesterday?
I love how Babs returned back Cockney then. You know what I'm saying? He's basically Theo Walcott, mate.
We had the Champions League quarter-final without Harry Kane, and Son scored twice at the Etihad. Same at Villa Park.
And that Champions League run, Sam, how did it end, Sam, please? Please remind me how it ended.
No, but why do you it's bare and annoying?
Because it matters. It's the climax. It doesn't matter if you win the quarter-final, semi-final, final. If you don't win that final, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Answer the question, my guy. Yeah, move away, bruv. Shut up, bruv. Mute yourself, bruv. Yeah? Don't give me this chat right now, bruv. There you go, man. Yeah, cool. Arsenal 2, Villa 1. Move on.
I was going to ask about Spurs next, but yes, talk to me. Spurs.
I think Villa will win 2-0 tomorrow or 2-1. Jack Grealish, unreal.
There you go.
I mean, personally, I'd take that as well. You lot need it as well.
Because 3-0 at their place, and back can do them at their own gaff.
Future Arsenal player, mate. Jack Grealish.
I just realised that as well. Arsenal coming near Chelsea sacked Lampard, and Arsenal coming near Spurs might sack Mourinho.
Arsenal for you, innit? They're the bar for banter. That's
They're
what it is, innit?
literally
If
the
you
bar.
drop
If
below,
you get near to Arteta, you shouldn't be in the job. That's crazy.
Do you know what I hate? I'll say one thing, right? I've seen quite a few United fans and fans in general say, "Oh, the top six has changed. Arsenal are no longer a top six side, right?"
Nah,
Let me make this very clear, right? I know we're not in the top six right now, but if any team was to drop out, it'd probably be Man United. If you were to have that conversation of what's the big six, and I'll tell you why. Because I swear, in the past 7 years, you've been out of the top six like 3 or 4 times. Whereas for Arsenal, this is our second year.
I don't. Yeah. That being said, I think you
Out the
need
top
more
four.
top six. He said, I think you need more than just one season or one period of time being outside of the top six to be no longer considered a top six side. Like the fact that Arsenal haven't been in the Champions League for the past 5-6 years, they're now a Europa League team.
Well, wait,
That's
you've
because it's over
only
5-6 year
been out
period.
of the top 6 in Moyes' season, and
It's just
that
Moyes.
it?
Van Gaal. What? No, you had 7th from Mourinho as well. Something.
Oh yeah. Mourinho, maybe Van Gaal. I don't know. I forgot about
Well,
them.
you
But yeah,
finished
I was
ultimately, my whole point is,
Arsenal is
my whole
still a
point
top
is-
six side.
Arsenal are clearly still top six. And ultimately, look, I still see for Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan, I see signs of optimism, signs of positives to grow from it. And look, yeah, our standards have dropped. We're not a title-winning team anymore. We all know that. We're not in top 4 side anymore. But it is what it is, man. We're part of a upward going process now, and that's what you got to be part of, man. Unlike, I think that's where I do feel sorry for Sam. When you got Mourinho as a manager, it's like, what do you have to look forward to? He's not bringing through young players like Arsenal fans have to look forward to with Saka, Smith Rowe.
No, but that's not his fault. We just don't have any.
Well, we kind of all know that. Look, me and Lewis and Sam were on my live stream the other day, and I put categories. Remember that? And I topped them right at the bottom as just a category on its own, because your young players are out that average. But yeah, man, I think
We've only got one or two good young players.
and they are.
Ollie Skip, who set a championship record of being in the team of the week for the most times in a championship season yesterday.
Parade. When's the parade at? Tell me
I
when the
mean,
parade's at.
After Chelsea
and they're
Academy
top of the-
conceded down there, so I'll back
And they're
that.
top of the league, Norwich, with Ollie Skip playing every minute of every game.
That's because of Buendia, mate.
And we have a couple of 16-year-olds that are quite good, Dane Scarlett or Alfie Devine, but I'm not really.
Dane Scarlett, Alfred. They sound like Superman characters.
Dane Scarlett, mate, scored a hat-trick in the North London derby under 18s.
Let's go.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's mad. Okay. Yeah, but talk to me about West Brom Spurs. What are your thoughts? Because you have to win this game.
This is gonna be a cracker of a game, isn't it?
West
Oh, this could be a cracker of a
Brom.
game.
West Brom.
6-0 West Brom.
I said 6-0, you know.
1-1.
Damn. I can see like it's Allardyce versus Mourinho. Like this
Yes.
game is not going to be
My guy in
entertaining.
the comment section, John Miles.
Yeah, facts. This is Sam Allardyce versus the Algarve Allardyce. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Allardyce. Bro. But yeah, I mean, it is. There's not really much positive with Spurs. I understand that.
Do I look
Flawless.
excited?
United v. Who you man got Everton, right?
Everton, yeah, we got Everton. Yeah, tomorrow, yeah, late kickoff, 8:00. I'm looking forward to it still. See how we do after obviously the 9-0. You get me versus Southampton. Just out here setting records. Just what we do, even when we're bad. You know what I'm saying? Still out here setting pace. But interesting to see. Obviously, Everton, if I remember correctly, they won their last game, but then they lost to Newcastle before that. I think they beat Leeds and they lost to Newcastle before that. So interesting to see how they set up. But I'm expecting a win, like a 2-1 or something like that. No one else will probably go a goal down. But yeah, I'm picking United to win that match 2-1.
All right, cool. Well, we have Sheffield United, and do I even need to preview too much? This is the same thing I said with you, Flawless. Lose to Sheffield United, it's just fucking embarrassing. But it ain't happening. It's not happening.
Would you be
Tuchel
Tuchel out?
Yo,
Tuchel,
it's
stealing
embarrassing.
tricky Blue Army.
If you lost to Sheffield
picking up
United,
another 3 points.
Yo,
would you be Tuchel out?
No.
Yeah, answer that. It's embarrassing, yeah, but what you have to remember is we have a hefty tax with that Ollie tax. That's what that is, isn't it? That pays
Ollie
a
tax,
lot,
you
innit?
know.
It's Ollie tax, man. You know what
Wait,
I'm
so
saying?
let me get
One
straight.
tax is fucking Harry
Out of the
Maguire
4
and how much
guys
he
here,
cost
only
you.
2
No,
of us
no.
actually back our managers.
Harry Maguire is also suffering from Ollie tax too. You get what I'm saying? And that different Harry Maguire without Ollie tax. He's got Ollie tax, old Luke Shaw tax, and Victor Lindelof tax.
No way you're
He's
trying
suffering.
to defend Harry Maguire by just saying it's the manager.
He's suffering. No. I said it's old Luke Shaw tax also, so that's 2, and Victor Lindelof next to him, that's 3.
How much
You know what I'm
tax do you
saying?
want to pay, bruv?
Yeah, hella tax, man. He's hella tax. You know what I'm saying? And that he out here
This guy
hella
has so
tax.
much depth on his name. I
The
can't
tax one's
be
gonna
arsed,
come
bro.
calling in a second, bruv.
And also,
But yeah,
no,
Chelsea
no,
3 points. You already
no
know.
defense,
Sheffield
no
United.
defensive midfield attacks. Also, no system. Like, yo, he's suffering. You get what I'm saying? Lay off
He
my
might
guy
as
Maguire.
well just be playing by himself the way you're moving with this guy.
You know what? Sometimes when he's playing next to Victor Lindelof, he is playing by
Lewis,
himself.
I'd say-
Trust me.
Wow. I think for the
Trust
Chelsea
me.
game, Lewis, you got to treat that game as it's going to be a win, but you need to get Werner to score. You need to get
Oh,
Werner
yeah.
to score.
Yeah,
You
seriously.
need to get Timo Werner to score because that guy, I feel bad for him now, bro. I don't really
I
bad
don't
him
feel bad
anymore,
for him.
man.
He the German Gabriel Jesus, man. I've
Oh,
said this.
bro.
Like, Jesus is a baller, bro. He's got, fair for amount of goals.
Baller.
I
How many?
love Werner,
Wait.
but
Okay,
it's
okay, all right. See that this Jesus thing is a myth, yeah. Everyone's talking about how bad a season Martial's having, yeah.
I can't
How many goals?
chat bad about Jesus. Look at his name.
Yeah, you can. You get me? It doesn't. No,
Man's disrespecting the name.
I'm not
Exactly.
No. He's disrespecting the name. How's man only scored 4 goals? You get what I'm saying? Or in the league this
Listen,
season?
mate, you don't see his game in it. He's got great link up play, bro.
Yeah, all these bullshit excuses. I had a City fan talking
I
to me
think he's
about
all right
he's a wonder.
striker, man. I think he.
No, he's not, man.
He needs to be more.
He's never scored more
To
than
be
15
fair, right,
goals in the season.
Man City had me believing Kelechi Iheanacho was a great striker. When
Yeah,
he
man.
was-
How are you in that City side and you're the worst part of it? You're the worst part of their attack. I think any 4 of us would score goals in that attack. Well, that's what City. You'd score more.
You might need you over Vinicius, man. Mourinho might come calling, man.
I can hold the ball up better than he can.
You might have turned quick on him, innit? A couple weeks ago, it's like, yeah, man. Mourinho's the guy. Now it's like, oh, listen, mate.
Yeah, before it was like fucking Marine and that in the Mbappe celebration. Now it ain't been the same since. I can't even know if I can find that. But yeah, guys, we're going to end the show here. This has been a very, very entertaining show of Premier League Pandemonium. We'll see you again this time next week, 6 p.m. If you guys want to check out the panel, Sarcasm City, Bab's channel are in the description below and on the title as well. Slab's Twitter link is in the description below too. And check us out on Sarcasm City at 8 p.m. Agenda FC will be back live, as you already know. So guys, check that out. Hope you lot have enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week. Take care. And we will leave you, as per usual, with a photo of the Danish brick wall himself. Take care and up the Chelsea.
Up the